Hello guys, so today I would like to talk about what is foreshock and aftershock. So foreshock and aftershocks is related to earthquake. So let's see in the next slide. Foreshocks are small quakes that occurs before a main shocks or earthquake. While aftershocks is a smaller earthquake that follow the main shocks of a larger earthquake and originates close to its focus actually. So an aftershocks results from the sudden change in stress occurring within and between rocks. And these aftershocks occurs in rocks located near the epicenter or along the fault that harbored the principal quake. The shaking intensity associated with aftershocks is small compared with that of the principal earthquake. So, aftershocks is actually a quake that occurs after main quakes, while foreshocks are small quakes that occurs before a main shocks. So, this is the basic difference between foreshock and aftershock. Differences between foreshocks and aftershock. So foreshocks are the energy release and ground shaking before an earthquake, while aftershocks are the energy release and ground shaking after an earthquake. The second point is foreshocks are less likely to do damage than aftershocks because they are smaller in magnitude or smaller in scale, while aftershocks may damage as main shocks. So aftershocks is more devastating actually compared to foreshocks. A foreshock is an earthquake that occurs before a larger seismic event or main shocks. Unfortunately, foreshocks are usually too small and too close to the time of the main quake to help us know that the main quake is coming. So this there is a long debate about foreshocks that foreshock can help us to know that main shocks is coming, but as I said that foreshocks are too small in scale and too close to the time of the main quake that we couldn't recognize the main quake. So here you can see this is the histogram of foreshocks and aftershocks. So you can see this is the main shocks. Big histogram is of main shocks, and these are the smaller histogram of foreshocks. And aftershocks histogram are bigger than the foreshocks. So you can imagine that foreshocks is very small in the scale, and aftershocks is larger than the foreshocks. This is the fault line, and this is the focus or hypocenter of earthquake, and this is the epicenter in the into the earth surface where shock occurs actually. After shocks geophysical process. So how after shocks is occurs actually after main shocks. So the sudden release of energy resulting from the fracturing of rock relieves much of the stress in the nearby rocks. When the sudden buildup of stress is great enough to fracture these rocks, the stress between them causing a series of smaller tremors are produced. Aftershocks decrease in magnitude and frequency over time. This decay is inversely proportional to the amount of time passing since the principal earthquake. The typical aftershocks sequence may be as short as few weeks or as long as a few decades. So aftershocks can occur after a few weeks and as long as few decades. So you can imagine how dangerous aftershocks. See here the damage of aftershocks. This is these are the buildings collapsed after shocks, and this is the rupture or fractures are developed in the road. Notable aftershocks. So aftershocks are dangerous because they are usually unpredictable, And although aftershocks tend to be weaker events and related to the power of the main quake, sometimes aftershocks is more devastating than the principal shocks, as I said. One of the most devastating aftershocks was a magnitude of 7.1 that struck the city of Laoxian, China, on July 28, 1976. Some hours earlier, a magnitude of 7.5 earthquake had struck the nearby city of Tangshan. So you can see how close this aftershocks with main shocks. Main shocks is a magnitude of 7.5, while aftershocks is magnitude of 7.1. The aftershocks was responsible for additional damage and casualties, as well as for delaying efforts to free people already trapped beneath rubble. So aftershocks is actually very dangerous, and you can't imagine how this can be devastating the earth. See here the rupture length of foreshocks, main shocks, and aftershocks. See, this is the blue color is of foreshocks, and red color is of main shock. Main shocks is you can see a bigger bubble, and aftershocks is in yellow color. As I said, aftershocks is very unpredictable and large in scale.